We're going to start with our wing. We're going to do something really basic here. Uh, all we got to do is come to components and select our wing template. Drop that in the model somewhere. It's got to get turned. Oh, turned it the wrong way because I'm a genius. All we're going to do is drop that leading edge right over that corner there. I'm going to go ahead and explode this once. That took it out of being its imported component. Now it's still a component. Explode again, and we can edit, modify this, whatever it is we want to do with it. So we've got it laying out leading edge over the leading edge. We're at our end before our wingtip. All we have to do is scale this a little bit, and we'll move this in until our trailing edge is roughly over our trailing edge there. Alright, leading edge to trailing edge, we're looking good there. Let's grab the whole thing, put it back at that corner. The next thing we're going to do is measure our wing thickness. We know that we got 3/16 for a sheet. We got a top and a bottom plate, so we need at least 3/8. 9/16 would be a single piece of foam as a spar, and we're already at 11/16. Given that this is a 36-inch span, I think we should take it up to 12/16, or 3/4 of an inch, to give us a spar 2 layers thick and structure that's strong enough to cover that span. So what we want to do is highlight this, grab that, keep it on the blue axis, move it up 1/16 of an inch. We can measure this again. We're at approximately 3/4. If we wanted to, we could specify a 3/4 inch line. Grab this again, staying on the blue axis, just move it, constrain to that line. Now we know that we're exactly 3/4 of an inch thick, so good to go there on thickness. A quick and easy way to proof this is rotate this back up to level. We can draw our 9/16 of a line, or I'm sorry, 3/16 inch of a line. Select all that. Select our line. Just rotate this back down to the surface. Looking good there. Let's draw a parallel line. We'll grab this bottom plate line and move it forward on the green axis out of the way a little bit. Then on the blue axis, 3/16 of an inch. Select that back line, select this line, grab the end of it, and specify with our arrows that we want to stay on the green axis. And when we move it up to this line here, it goes to the intersect point. So now our bottom plate is the correct length, and our top plate, everything's going to work out when we extrude foam. Now at this point, Our wing's a little bit longer than we need it to be. Not a problem. We're just going to grab it and move it out of the way for a little while. Slide it off to the side. Now we're going to emulate this this curved wingtip here. This is a pretty simple thing to do. We're just going to take a straight line, come from the leading edge back to the trailing edge. If it overhangs a little bit, it's better to be easier to line it all up further down the road. So if you make it just a little bit longer, make your life a little easier. And then we'll come up here to our draw. One of the things we did was we grabbed the Bezier curves off the plugins. Start there. I'm going to bring it out so it looks about even there. And I started to draw that backwards. So, and I drew it backwards again. Alright, start from the trailing edge up to the leading edge. Bring it out till it starts to overlap. Then as we come forward, we get a fairly decent emulation of that wingtip. All we have to do now is push-pull. Stand this up a little bit. Looking pretty good there. Grab our wing. Keep it on the red axis. Just down to the end there. Take a look at it. Looks pretty good. Select all of that. Intersect faces with the selection. I'm going to hide this plan just to get it out of the way for a minute. Come over here, I can delete this, and I can delete this. Now what I've got is a rounded wingtip. I don't need that line, or that one. I don't need that one, and we don't need the rounding on the bottom, so we can get rid of that now also. Now we've got that little bit of an under camber wingtip. Now something else I'm going to do for this model is I'm going to, very similar to the simple sword geometry, I want to give myself more of an under camber. Now you can pick whatever you want this distance to be. I'm kind of partial to just coming in 5 inches. It's kind of like my standard set of geometry, and that gives me a decent wing that we can play around with. Now, nothing's extruded yet. This is just the outer skin, but from experience, I can tell you I know that this is going to work. If you want to make sure that it's going to work, we'll go over how to proof that in a moment. We've got the outer skin of one wing half. Let's go ahead and unhide the plans and check out what our dihedral is supposed to be. All we're going to do is take our protractor, put it in the middle, out along the red axis, rotate up, and we're looking at 2 degrees on each side. So, let's grab our wing, move it over out of the way, and start some dihedral. Specified 2. Alright, now a trick we're going to do, just to make this easy to join up our parts later, we'll come over here, select the rectangle tool, and we just want to draw a rectangle starting from that corner, like that. Select all that, intersect faces with the selection, and delete these parts we don't need. And if we zoom in here, we'll see some parts that we can trim off. So we get our erase tool, and we just clean that up a little bit. Now we've got a wing half. Technically, as far as plans go, we could stop right there. When we lay this out, it'll give us the plan for a wing. But as we're going to want to look at it in our model and a little later, we'll keep going here. All we'll do is make a copy of it, move it along red, flip it along red, and bring the two together nice and clean. And now we've got a wing ready to go. We'll go ahead and make this a component just so we have it for later. RCM5